am honestly not the biggest fan of Fridays. A lot of people love to say TGIF. I'm just not a Friday fan. Yeah, it is Friday as of the time of filming this. And why am I not a fan of Fridays? We have a ton of stuff to do business-wise and personal-wise before the weekend comes that I have to kind of wrap up and put it all in a nice big package before the weekend gets there. So I'm super busy on Fridays. And speaking of that, stop for the day. I'm going to my neighbor's house about 10 doors down. Yes, I'm driving because I got to pick some stuff up. His daughter, teenager, high school girl, she does photography and listings and work for my business. So we give her a bunch of the inventory stuff that we work on. If you're new to this channel, for my reselling business, she takes a bunch of photos on her phone, and then when she's done, she calls us, we go get it, and she airdrops all the photos to our phone, so we have all the photos to use, and she gets to make a little money. She's out of school for the summer, so she gets to make a few bucks, and I get to get work done. So it's a win-win, and it's our friends of mine who live on my street, my neighbors, it's their teenage daughter, so she's trustworthy, she's a good kid, and it'll get done, and it gets done quickly, and I get all my stuff ready, and it helps my Fridays not be as busy. Yeah, so needless to say, having a teenager who can help you work on stuff during the day is pretty helpful, and everybody wins, so we appreciate it. And that was our neighborhood. That's the best place to get employees or people to help. Find your neighbors kids, stay-at-home moms, teenagers, best place, bar none. So in the last video, I mentioned, the Bourbon Trail going to Lynchburg, and our neighbor just did it. We dog sat for him while he was there, and he brought back a little bit of good stuff. I know some of you are local. I know some of you don't drink, and we have certainly cut back on ours tremendously. But yeah, my neighbor brought single barrel rye from Lynchburg. This is 130.9 proof. Woo boy. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. A box. I'm gonna pay money to get locked in a box tonight for 1 hour. Of course, I'm talking about an escape room. How many people in the comment section ever been in an escape room, ever done one? I have done many, probably 15 or 20 of them over the last few years. I love them. They shut down during COVID, and then after COVID opened back up, man, I went to some more of them. And we're going to one tonight with a friend, his daughter's birthday, and she wants to do one, and him and his girlfriend and me and Kate are going to go. So we're going to pay to get locked in a box Friday afternoon, and I do have to rush to try to get as much work done in the office before we close the laptops and go get dinner and go to the escape room with them. So I'm going to bring you guys along in the next section of this video for an escape room. Now, you can't film inside of escape rooms. If you've never been to one, you probably know that. You're not allowed to film inside, but basically they lock you in a room. You're not actually locked in, fire code stuff. And you have to find clues and solve riddles and mysteries to escape the room, and you get 1 hour. So they'll be locked in locked boxes, and the main door will usually have like a passcode or you need a key, and you got to find it by going part by part. Maybe the cups on the table flip upside down, and they have, codes on them that you can use to open up the locked bookcase, and inside the locked bookcase is a riddle you have to solve to get the next code to go into the book. Usually they're multiple rooms, or they'll have like 2 or 3 rooms. So they're super cool. If you've never been in one, check it out. I do highly recommend them if you're into that sort of thing. And yeah, so we got to hurry up and get the work done so we can, like I said in the last video, balance it, get the work done so we can have a little bit of playtime later. But the next part of the video, you can't actually videotape inside of it. But when we get there, and I'll kind of show you the atmosphere and the decor, and maybe if any of my friends want to be on a video, I'll put them in it. I always ask if somebody wants to be on a video. But we're gonna go get locked in a box for an hour. Come along. Okay, as promised, one of my favorite things to do in the whole world, America's escape game. I go to escape rooms all the time. Tampa, Orlando has a bunch of them, super popular here, and that's where we're at. Let me show you guys a little bit about how they work and some of the rooms that they have here. Let's see. So they have Crisis at 1600. It's like presidential crisis. That's the one we're doing. They have a pandemic themed one. They have an asylum themed one. They have a purgatory themed one. I'll have to come back and do this one. It looks cool. And then they have Caretaker and the Shack and this guy who's trapped in some random head thing. Yeah, so they lock you in a room for an hour, and you get a bunch of clues and a bunch of like riddles and locks and all sorts of stuff, and you have to get your way out. Mike's here to do it. Mike, say hi to the people. Or not. But there's all the, usually they have about 4 or 5 rooms per location, sometimes 6. So this one has these 5, and that Purgatory one looks new down there. So I definitely want to do that one. I want to come back and check that one out. I think we've done the Pandemic at another location, and I think we've done the Caretaker and the Asylum. We haven't done the Shack. We're doing this one tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so once you go inside the rooms, you can't film. Like, it would kind of give it away. They wouldn't like that. So can't film in there, but I'll show you, maybe I'll pull a clip, like a little trailer clip, and pop up here right now so you guys can kind of get an idea of the inside. And then when we leave here, I'll tell you how it went.
The White House has been compromised. A heavily armed group of paramilitary invaders have taken control and launched a missile attack that can only be disarmed inside the Oval Office. The president has been escorted to a safe bunker. All Secret Service agents on the premises have been neutralized. You are our only hope. Your group must use knowledge and strategy to infiltrate the Oval Office and disarm the missiles before it's too late. Be conscious of your surroundings. Keep an open mind and use only your best judgment. Millions of lives depend on it. America's escape game welcomes you to Crisis at 1600.
All right, so clearly back home. That was the escape room, Crisis at 1600, the White House. Pretty good room, lots of locks, lots of keys, lots of puzzles. If you've never done an escape room, add it to your list. Go check one out in your local area. If you don't have one, consider opening one, because they do make good money. I mean, it's like 25, 30 bucks a person, 4 or 5 people in a room. So that's $100, $125 room. They have 5 rooms going. They can make a few $1,000 a day in revenue if they're cranking on a weekend, 5, 10 grand. So if you don't have one in your area or within 50 miles, I would consider opening one. It's not expensive to open either. You just need a space and some props that are pretty easy, and then do a build out. It's not terribly hard. You can Google it online on starting escape rooms. I considered it as a business, actually. Still considering it. Our area doesn't really have one. We just drove 35 minutes to get to one. So I don't know. Anyways, we had fun. It was a good time even with the kids, and got a little hungry on the way home. So I got a I got a 5-layer burrito. I try to stay away from fast food. We had this talk, but just couldn't help it because we had an early dinner to go to the escape room. So we ate at like 5 o'clock, which is early dinner. We usually don't eat till 6:37. Eating at 5 is really early, especially now that it's almost 11. So I'm hungry. And I know this is the worst thing for you, eating before bed. Terrible, but 5-layer burrito, no big deal. Bang it out. Get in bed and call it a night. Call it a day for now. Get this video up for you guys tomorrow. And maybe I'm just going to relax. No computer, no laptop tonight, no work. And just, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16, a couple other games. Forsaken is a really good one, and Tales of Arise. So I don't get to play a lot of video games. Occasionally when I do, I'll take advantage of just sitting in bed. Kate usually falls asleep pretty quick, 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock at the latest. And then I get a few minutes, just an hour, just 1 hour to just decompress. Like I told you guys about, work and balance and work and play and making sure you have time to go to the lagoon and do trivia night or karaoke, or if you go to a bingo hall, make time for yourself, even if it's just an hour in bed to play a game or sit on your phone and crossword puzzle or whatever it is. Take time for yourself, guys. As always, thank you for watching the videos. Thanks for loving them. Thanks for hitting that like button, subscribing. I'll get this one up for you tomorrow afternoon around lunchtime. As usual, I think this is vlog, what, number 3? Or this might be number 4. Anyways, I'll start numbering them so you guys can keep track and watch them in order. You'll be able to see. All right, have a wonderful evening whenever you watch this, and I'll see everyone next time.